Hey y'all, what's going on? So I'm hoping that this will work out fine or whatever, and I look pale as a damn ghost. My settings are all the way on. We'll pay it for dust, honey, because what we in here about is the R&B Divas, and yes, it just went off, and Nikki and all of her motherfucking bullshit. Like, ooh, Nikki girl, you tried it, boo boo. So, where we gonna start at? I don't really want to talk about the whole episode. Like, the whole episode wasn't important to me at all. What I really do want to talk about is how the shit went on. So here we go. So Nikki apparently, we already know she was setting the motherfucking stage for this brownstone shit that she's trying to do. That she just happens to have the name for, and this and that and other. It's all her, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, so she calls them all, she done pulled this shit together and want to tell them, listen, we doing this foundation, wildflower something, and we're going to be helping women who are on drugs, and we're going to do a makeover, and blah, 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 blah. And this whole shit. So Angie's kind of like, well, okay, I want to be the first to donate $100. Yeah, I'm looking for my damn lighter. Here it is. I want to be the first to donate $100. You know, she's going to donate $100. And meanwhile, when you look around at everybody else, they kind of like, okay, charity. They was kind of like, oh, that's a good idea. Then she threw that motherfucking brownstone shit in. And then it was kind of like, now to me, they all had faces like, bitch, are we getting paid? Because you done try to throw this under a charity and this and that and other so we can come in here and do something free. And then she was like, well, we just going to do Grapevine and we going to do Say It, Feel It, y'all know. And that's my song. I have to say it's my song, y'all. Anywho, so, okay, girl, you tried it. She tried it, and they getting ready to see what Nikki's all about. So Selena's like, well, maybe doing this, I don't know about doing that, and like your girl said, you want to be all friendly and buddy now when your whole agenda was to get this done. Now, you was against the R&B Divas going on tour, bitch, just so you only came on this show, bitch, one, because you wasn't relevant. I haven't heard of a play you been in a long time, Miss Nikki. Two, bitch, you knew you was going to use this as a catalyst to bring back Brownstone and the coin, honey, and the exposure, and thinking you was going to just run it all. No, ma'am, it don't work like that. And y'all still say this, I hate to say it for the other ladies, I guess, but I just wish they would just cut this shit off just for the reason of get Nikki's motherfucking boxed ass off TV. Don't let this bitch get another coin from it. You know what I mean? Like, y'all, Nikki's a motherfucking snake. I don't care what nobody say. So Selena's kind of looking some kind of way, and Miss Honey from Escape, and I'm not quite, I can't get a vibe from Monifa because she just willy-nilly right now, kind of like, oh, did I get blurry? She's kind of like, well, I don't know, you know, y'all, my settings are way off whack. I look pale as hell, but we're going to move forward. We're going to pay it for dust, honey. I'm not looking like a ghost. I guarantee y'all that I'm not. Anywho, so, okay, so they do that, and now let me add this part in because this is going to come in a little bit later. Now, when Miss Angie Stone was saying, well, I want to donate my 100, now this is a charity, and Nikki was like, right, and this is for, right, you know, remember that. Okay, and let's go back, and y'all may not remember, but they did flash forward us, you know, forward, and Nikki, I know you sitting at home like, oh, Lord, I hope they don't show that part where I said the promoters was going to be there. Please don't let them do that. I thought I went in there and edited that shit myself with my controlling big back ass. Well, bitch, somebody must have went in there behind you, honey, because the shit came up, and they showed your ass saying it, and all of your little shit is just kind of falling right before your eyes. So, okay, we're going to move forward. Now let's move to Miss Selena, because she is at home, and y'all know her mother's staying there or whatever. So, I can't take it. I really can't. I absolutely have. Oh, my settings, y'all. It's just making me mad. Anywho, yes, I can. I'm going to move forward. We're going to move forward. So, she and her mother's there chopping shit. They ain't had a cigarette. They ain't had nothing to drink. So, she chopping shit. And Selena's kind of like, we need to get past this. Maybe you need some help. And the mama's like, I don't need no help. It's weak. Mama, come on now, baby. It's nothing wrong with getting help. Nothing wrong with getting help at all. You should, accept that. So Selena and them go to therapy or whatever, and the lady says, say this, and the mother says some good stuff, and then Selena pulled a Fay Ray, and the mother's like, I ain't with this. This ain't me. Like, girl, I don't know why you come in here crying. That's weak. And I was like, ooh, Lord, that poor baby Selena, honey, looking at the daddy and the way he doing them. Ooh, honey, oh, I'm praying for you. I'm just praying for you. So they have that whole setting. They, I guess, work something out. I don't know what the hell. Okay, so that's what happened with that. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, still staying with Selena, Miss Latasha and her husband meet Selena at this thing, and it's kind of like, I'm feeling some kind of way about this. Like, this seems disingenuous, the way she did it. And is it me, or does Tasha's husband have a whole lot to say about everybody else, but yet you couldn't tell your wife to go up there looking like a motherfucking leather a Kleenex box and stop? Just, I don't know what to say to you, but it do seem like he got a lot to say about everybody else, and Latasha ain't totally got her shit together. And I don't know if they edited her shit wrong or whatever, but a lot of times when I've heard her sing recently, her shit been cracked, and okay, we're going to pay that for dust. I say that to say this. If you're going to be letting the other ladies have it, or their husbands or whatever, at least have y'all shit Trump type. Okay, moving on along. So they sitting there talking, and he's calling it a prom, and they talking about the venue, and again, I'm going back to Tasha, like, girl, who's asking you to come and sing? Okay, So they agreed that it was something fraudulent about it. Something ain't right in the water. Something ain't right. Okay, so they have that whole shit. Now let's zoom back, because we got to go back to Miss Monifa, because she's on the phone talking to her boo and saying, she was asked to come on the show, or Angie talked about the show or whatever, asking the boo if she wants to move her. This is like a new Hollywood kind of for, I guess, black folks, whatever, I don't know. But her boo has a place in New York, I believe. So they talking and this and that and other. When you coming back, don't you miss me, da-da-da-da-da. So they have their whole conversation. That's it. Let's spring forward. Because, y'all, wasn't a lot that really, most of it, I was like, when we going to get to the shit? To the real shit. I cannot believe this. That's terrible. Anywho. So, okay. So, then Monifa's boo meets up with Monifa's daughter. Well, no, first she meets up with her friend saying that she's going to ask Monifa to marry her. And they have that whole conversation in one of the best looking cheesecakes, honey. It just looked like it was good. So that conversation went on. From there, she called Monifa's daughter and had her to meet with her and tell her that she's going to ask the mother to marry her. And y'all, that baby's face was like, yeah. And she went on to say and talk about, her feelings, her religious beliefs, and this and that and other. And Monifa's boo was like, this can break up families and things, but we're not going to let this happen. We respect you. You've been, respecting us. So they're going to try to work that shit through. So apparently she's going to ask Monifa to marry her. Moving on along, okay? Now we have Miss Monifa, Angie Stone, and Miss Latasha. And I forgot whose house that was at, but that's neither here nor there. It don't matter. So they talking. Angie Stone, honey, then got a ruffle in her wrinkle, and she's like, something fraudulent about this motherfucking shit, honey. And Yeah, I'd about had it with Nikki, and I really want to bail out, and she's kind of talking like, is everybody scared? But did y'all notice that Monifa was kind of sitting like, oh, Lord, I don't want to be having this conversation. Like, she's not getting that vibe from the situation. She really I think, don't want to be in it, and she really wants to try to defend Nikki or whatever, some kind of way. But Latasha and Angie's like, I'm going to have a talk with her, honey, because I'm going to need to figure out how it goes, and I don't know if I'm going to do it, and I just think it was underhanded how it came about, and da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so we move on along. Y'all, this is going to be a fast one because it really wasn't that deep for me until I was just looking for the confrontation, honey. So Miss Angie Stone hops on her motherfucking motorcycle, honey, and she's on her way to that Burilla's place of business with all of them clothes that I would have you to sell, boo-boo, and get them out the back room, okay? Let's try to sell them. Staging and all of that's cute, but sell them, honey. It's meant to be sold. So Angie's like, we just need to talk, and she's like, oh, let me get a chair. Oh, Lord, let me get a chair. So she's talking, and Angie's like, just outright, keeps it funky with her and says, I believe you lied to me. And I'm like, dum, 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 dum. And you can see Nikki's motherfucking shit come just unfold. And she tried to keep it cool, but bitch, that shit creeped right up out your motherfucking asses. And you had the nerve to say, I want to just flip her big ass out of that chair. Bitch, you don't want it. You don't want it, because if you was compelled, although you should be a lady about it, or try, a Burrilla lady, Lady Burr, and I want to flip her, and Angie's like, I went looking forward to see if the charity exists, and she's like, no, it's not yet, and she's like, her daughter thought of it, blah, 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 and then she said, well, I didn't say that it was. Nikki, bitch, they read the tape back on your ass again, bitch, because yes, you did, honey, yes, you did, boo-boo. Now, Angie's like, if you would have just said, we trying to bring Brownstone, you could have just said that, but trying to slide it under Brownstone and this and that, under this charity and for the women who are on drugs, who's going to say no to that? I want to say no to doing something charitable. But, bitch, on top of that, you didn't even have your charity in order. So this is a win-win motherfucking situation for you, bitch. Where was this money going? To your daughter? Okay. Angie is not backing down. She coming at her like a real woman does, and she, and so Nikki's like, I'm offended. No, Angie said, why you being so defensive? And she's like, because I'm offended. Well, bitch, why you got caught in your shit? Now, you ain't offended. You just a caught up bitch. You was caught in your motherfucking shit. Just like when Angie said, and now this is why I want y'all to remember, because she was like, plus I heard you having promoters come and this and that and other, and you put our tour on the back burner, didn't want to do it. It looks like just so you could do this shit. Then the bitch said, I don't know who told you that. I ain't having no damn promoters come. Bitch, that's when they ran it back on your ass again. Woo! And there you are, bitch, sitting on the floor, grandstanding, talking about, and these big promoters is gonna come, this and that and other, to see how we come on, bitch. Then you was like, how did the whole ass, and no, she said you need to get your foot out your mouth and this and that and other. Nikki saying this to Angie. Angie's like, I don't know if you need to get your foot out your butt, your hand, whatever. And she's getting louder, and Angie's like, no matter what, at one point, y'all, Angie said, so what you gonna do? Like, why you getting all that, now what? She said nothing but say this is it, whatever, ended or whatever, and goodbye, bitch. You wasn't gonna do shit. Why didn't you flip her ass then? She read you for dust in your own motherfucking establishment, bitch. She called you a liar, a cheat, and a motherfucking fraud, bitch. That's what the fuck you was called putting. Y'all, that part right there got me together. It really did. It got me together. And I'm sooty on top of that. That part got me together. That was all I wanted to see. was for Nicki's shit to be laid out. But bitch, apparently this is your motherfucking MO, because I heard an interview with the Diva Maker, Mark the Diva Maker, talking about the R&B Diva shit was his idea, and I believe him, and you stole that from him, and he laid your motherfucking ass to rest, bitch. All you needed was a motherfucking lily in your hand and to rest, boo. He laid you down, honey. Shout out to Mark the Diva Maker, baby, because he read that R&B Diva for filth, for dust, boots, dirt. Okay? Anywho. So, y'all, that's pretty much the gist of it for me. I'm going to watch Couples Therapy because I want to see what Flavor Flav's... Oh, God. Oh Lord, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to make it through this Flavor Flav shit. I'm recording it or whatever. It was on at the same time, so I couldn't really watch it. So I'm going to go in there and check that shit out, honey, because I can't imagine what that fool's gonna say or what the hell he's got. Oh Lord. Anywho, so y'all tell me what y'all think. If I left some shit out, put it in. I didn't think this episode was that grand, great, or none of that. The little shit I talked about was what kind of stood out to me. It was really boring, like most of them really are boring. You know what I mean? It's like you got to go through the whole, most 90% of it being boring as hell, and then have one little snippet that's worth talking about on the R&B Divas. So if I left something out, y'all already know, put that shit in there. Tell me what y'all think. Do y'all feel like, this is my question, do y'all feel like Nicki's a fraud? Do you feel like she used that shit, the charity shit, to get them in, and this is all for her doing, trying to get the brimstone shit together, brownstone and shit together, just, drop it below, and we'll agree to disagree. Some people may not feel that way. Maybe I'm missing something, and somebody might put a comment that logically explains, and I might be like, oh, okay, it could be that, although I doubt it, that I will change my mind, but we agree to disagree, so let me know what you think. So I'm out of here, y'all. I'm going to go watch Couples Therapy and take my medicine and try to take a few notes on this shit. And by the motherfucking way, y'all, I watched that damn Brides Boot Camp. What kind of wrong shit is that? Them bitches, I don't know how them whores got married from the gate. And especially that one couple where the woman, I think they are maybe Italian, and he apparently on his Bridezilla episode, she put makeup on. What the fuck? Oh, y'all, let me know if y'all watching that Bridezilla boot camp shit. I don't know if that's an old one or what, and I'm just not up to date or whatever, but child, that shit's a hot ass fucking mess. Are y'all watching that shit? And just like I watched also L.A. Her. I'm not going to talk about her. It worked my motherfucking nerves, okay? So, y'all, I'm out of here. Much love. If I left something out, leave it in. You already know what it is. Much love. Bye.